At the kitchen table across from my boo, she plays new Marshmallow. Gosh, that's deja vu. Oh, what a fable to Medusa the Mallow Man, but she's got too many cards in her hand.
Come on now, let's play some S'morcana. With Pirate Donald Duck, it's a Nirvana. We'll down a Dole Whip floater to lick popsicles, play red and blue, a smorgasbord of lore, S'morcana.
Thanks for the jams, Goofy. One more time on that ditty before we get our reportedly new theme song for Shimmering Skies next week.
Yes, looking forward to that. The town is all abuzz with the fact that Goofy's going to be back in the recording studio. We can't wait to see what he cooks up again.
We have a lot to celebrate here at S'morcana.
Woo! My goodness, it was a big weekend.
It is time to party, friends. It is the night of the Shimmering Skies social mixer, and there is so much to talk about.
Oh my goodness. We basically lived at Diversions this weekend.
Friday and Saturday, we were there the whole day.
Such a blast. The vibes were amazing, as always.
A bunch of our metamates were able to get half days off work or the full day off work and head to Diversions for all of release day. We walked in at 9:03, I think, and Archer had already opened and Enchanted.
It was insane. Rob told us, I think, when we walked in, and I thought he was kidding for a second. I was like, that's impossible. We just got started.
The first pack of Shimmering Skies at Diversions, boom, Enchanted Snow White.
Yeah, it was very fun. It was a very good omen.
Rob had hung all of those new banners over the play area. The space was looking great. Everybody was super pumped. We picked up our product.
Yes, we got a trove and 2 boxes, a classic pairing.
We opened our trove first, and we got like 1 super rare.
Yeah.
But we got the cool dice, which are beautiful, the new
Yep.
lore tracker, the dividers, and of course the box.
Love it. You love to see it.
A nice consolation prize for not opening particularly anything great in
Yeah,
those
no
packs.
legendaries even. We were like, what?
Yeah, but then we opened up our box, and that wasn't going too well either until...
We got a Scar Enchanted!
Oh my goodness, it is gorgeous, gorgeous. Love to see it. We opened up maybe not as many legendaries as we had hoped for, but some really good ones. We did get 3 Naveens, including a foil Naveen.
Gorgeous.
Also grabbed a Mirabelle and a Clarabelle.
Yeah, Pete traded us for a full play set of Clarabelles too, which is nice to have.
Yep, we got an Anna and then traded a Robin Hood to Jimmy for a second Anna. So got a lot of the legendaries we were looking for. Also hoping for a Mufasa in the near future, though.
Yeah, that would be awesome. And we're always looking for our bad boy Donald Duck Pie Slinger.
No Pie Slingers. We opened no Pie Slingers in our boxes and our troves. So that was a little bit disappointing. But then we were hanging out all day. Everybody was cracking their packs. I think 11 or 12 Enchanteds were opened at Diversions this weekend. So that was amazing.
It was crazy.
Yeah. And then, there were impromptu sealeds happening. And then at night, we did our first draft, our Shimmering Skies draft, our first draft ever, in fact, for Lorcana.
Yeah, I've never done a draft, period. I loved it.
It was so much fun. I love all of the decisions that you get to make,
Oof, it's tough on the brain. It's a lot of decisions.
You're making 44 decisions, really, in card selection, because the last 4 are just handed to you, of course. It's not a choice. But, you get to make 44 decisions in deck building, and then another 8 decisions about what to cut to get down to 40 cards.
It's pretty wild. I love the kind of get what you get idea behind this, right? Same kind of thing I like about Sealed. So it was a lot of fun to make just a crazy deck.
And how did you do in draft?
Well, the first day, we did 2 drafts. So the first draft we did, we went 1-2, baby, 1-2.
Yeah. We managed to finish first and second, which is cool, and got lucky for sure with some good pulls. And but we did get all of the promo cards and all of the pins for the new set and the Honey Wizard tracker.
Oh my gosh, the Honey Wizard tracker.
Yeah, it's so cool. Love that, which is great because the next day we went back for another draft in the morning. This was a Chaos draft.
Yeah, so Chaos draft meant that we got to open 5 packs, 1 from each set, which was super fun.
Yeah, we started with first chapter, which is wild, I actually had a whole new world really early
in that draft and just picked it because it was worth $10 or whatever. And I was like, well, this is fine.
Yeah, that's the fun thing about draft is you can kind of make it shopping at some point, you know? You're looking, you go, that's terrible for this deck, but I really want it.
Yeah, did you find anything in your draft packs, Katie?
Speaking of really want, I opened a Donald Duck Pie Slinger.
And you were over at another draft pod and you yelled across the room, you're like, Brett, hey, look. And you held it up. And I think I screamed like you got enchanted,
Yeah, everybody turned around like it was something cool and they were like, oh, okay.
Yeah, they're like, oh, it's just Donald Duck. And I was like, what did you say?
Yeah,
what do you mean just
out.
That is the holy grail of cardboard.
Yeah, you flipped over the tables. It was really upsetting.
I went into a little bit of a berserker rage, but everybody was understanding because they do know how much I love the duck.
Oh my gosh, the best. And actually, we have got friends on the other side here who have an enchanted Donald Duck.
Seth, who is insane at opening enchanteds. I don't know what it is. He has the absolute golden touch, the Midas enchanted touch when it comes to enchanteds. He must open, I'd say his open rate for enchanteds is like 1 every 30 packs.
Crazy.
It is wild. He opened 4 boxes and then a few extra packs, like 3 extra packs. And in that amount of packs, he opened 4 enchanteds.
Wow.
Incredible.
Outstanding, honestly.
Yeah, and so his last one was Donald Duck, and he put that in our group chat, and I, flipped out and, made a bunch of, like, vomit emojis and trade proposals about trading Scar and my arm for Donald Duck,
yes.
And we were able to come to an agreement, and in fact, I won't even have to give up an arm.
My gosh, you get to keep both your arms?
Yep, so this week we'll be trading for an enchanted Donald Duck, and I am so excited, I can't wait.
Woohoo!
And I am just pumped. I'm super pumped. It's the only enchanted I think I've ever been like, no matter what happens, no matter if we open this or not, we're going to obtain this card. It's the only one I've really cared about, I think.
Oh, yes. It's going to be fantastic. I can't wait. I bet we're going to frame it and put it on the wall.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to display that one. That one can't sit in the binder or whatever. That one has to be out in a plaque. A shrine, really. A full shrine to the pie-slinging Donald Duck, I think, is quite appropriate.
Indeed. Apropos.
We'll post that on our socials, so make sure if you want to see the Donald Duck shrine, get on Insta, folks.
Yes. Well, putting all that very exciting news aside for a moment.
Yeah, we've rambled enough about Shimmering Skies.
We have some exciting podcast business to get done
Yeah, we
here.
have to do our
giveaway.
Giveaway time. We have entered all of the names of the folks who voted for the S'more Awards into our very handy wheelofnames.com, and we are going to give that a spin and see who wins this grab bag of S'morcana goodies. We have some pins, we have some packs,
Woo!
We have some promo cards,
Woo!
We have lots of goodies to toss into this prize pack. So let's give it a spin here, huh?
Yes, here we go.
There it goes. Oh, Elaine Bob. Awesome. Elaine comments on a lot of our stuff and is a great fan. So that's cool to see her get rewarded. So we'll be reaching out to you about your winnings and getting those into your hands. If you were one of the unlucky folks who did not win this time, that does not mean you will not win next time. We do have a lot of giveaways here at S'morcana.
We love giveaways.
It's really fun. We end up with, we're lucky to end up with some extra promotional items now and then. And so we're happy to spread the love.
I'm really excited for this celebration that we've got going on. I think we should head inside.
Oh, yeah, let's head in. You got the ticket?
Yeah, I've got the tickets right here.
All right, great. Bonsoir, bienvenue, madame et monsieur, to the Shimmering Skies social mixer. We are so excited. It is quite crowded. Do you have your ticket, madame?
Yeah, hi, Francois. We're so excited. Here are our tickets right here.
Merci. All right, there are many good things to eat around the edges of the room, around the periphery. And so go ahead and feel free to take what you like. Please enjoy the fondue. Please enjoy the many tapas and the many cocktails. And I hope you have a pleasant evening celebrating the release of the Shimmering skies. And of course, the fireworks display will be later.
Wow, that was
Wow,
incredible.
it is beautiful in here.
It's all glittery
Look
and
at
gorgeous.
this. Wow.
All kinds of little cocktail
Look
tables
at
set
in the
up.
middle of the room, they have is that a Cinderella's Castle fondue fountain?
It is.
Wow. Perfect. This is great.
Wow, I see all kinds of little snacks
It
around
is
the edge
bumping
of the
in here. Yeah, this is great. They really transformed the space, didn't they?
Uh-huh. Oh, look.
Oh, look, it's Johnny and Sam. Hey.
Oh, my God.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Doing good.
It's so good to see you here at the social mixer for Shimmering Skies. Sam, it's your birthday coming up.
It is.
How did you get Hoffenspoke to plan this release so close to your birthday?
All I asked for my birthday was a new release, and all I told Johnny I wanted was we're buying like 4 boxes, so that's all I want. Yeah.
Nice.
That's a great birthday gift.
Yeah,
I love that.
that is a celebration to be sure. So you opened up some boxes? Did you get anything good?
Well, I did get a enchanted Mufasa.
Oh, that looks beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
I might have it sitting next to me right now for your listeners to just picture in their minds.
It was funny when Sam was opening the pack too, because I couldn't tell if she was messing with me or not because she hadn't revealed the card, and she had this look on her face, oh my gosh. And I was like, this is either going to be an awesome enchanted or a terrible foil.
But luckily, it was a good one.
It was good.
Nice. So how are you enjoying the set release so far? Are you excited for the new cards?
Yeah, I'm super pumped about it. We were just saying to some people earlier that set 5, Ravensburger, stepped up the art so much. Like, these are the most beautiful cards we've ever seen, like, across all rarities. The Enchanteds are absolutely crazy beautiful, but just even, like, normal common cards, there's so much cool night sky, aurora borealis type stuff in a lot of them, which I just love those types of colors. So
I love any new release because we can just take time opening packs, and it's just exciting to have new cards and just see new characters and all that. So I think every release is really fun.
Best part of the weekend, opening up all the good stuff.
So y'all are the parents of probably the youngest Illumineer in the world.
In the entire globe.
Yeah, on the globe, yeah.
What's it like? Is there a lot of pressure for you? Are you jamming games every night with her?
I mean, at this point, we're just trying to stay on top of our game because we're worried she's going to surpass us so quickly.
Yeah.
She's very quickly learning some of her favorite character names, including Daisy and Donald, Mickey and Minnie, Pluto and Goofy. Loves them all.
Those are her favorites so far.
For sure.
She likes Pua.
And now we get to add Clarabelle into the mix.
Yeah.
That should be exciting.
She
Yep.
does love cows,
She
actually.
loves cows.
So Clarabelle would be good.
Yeah.
It's a tough question. There's no softballs here. Which character card have you opened today that you would most like to share a meal with?
So there's a pretty cool Mickey Mouse card. I don't remember the name. The food fighter.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like dodging food. I don't know. It might be kind of fun to just have a food fight.
Ooh.
Love that.
What would be your weapon of choice in a food fight?
Mashed potatoes.
Yes.
That's just the first thing that I thought of.
Yes.
You just have to like ball them up like a snowball,
Yeah,
right? And,
yeah,
like, get a good
exactly.
pass. Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
it's soft too, so you're not doing too much damage.
I do like the Mickey card you're talking about. He has a ketchup bottle, I think, and he's squirting it. I think that would be good because you can like really aim it, and it's a very focused food fight weapon.
Okay.
It's like a
that.
super soaker
Yeah.
for ketchup. Yeah, okay.
That-
Yeah, awesome. I hope that doesn't necessarily happen in here in the S'morcana Cafe, but
Good.
it might. It
We
might
still
seem
have
to be-
time.
Yeah,
Still have time.
we're gonna see where the
Still have
evening
time.
takes us.
Yeah.
I want to take all the food fight cards that we get and lay them all out and see what type of story, picture we're getting from those cards.
Yeah, it must be something cool. They must line up in some way.
All I know is that my man Donald is doing some work. You know, he's putting in work.
Absolutely.
Are you gonna play your shiny new Mufasa in a deck, or is that
Ooh,
gonna
good
sit
question.
in a slab somewhere?
He's going on the shelf.
We might just have to put every single card in our deck in like a hard top.
Yeah,
loader like
that's
that.
true.
I just have a full deck of hard case.
Listen, if you need somebody to draw a Mufasa proxy for you, I'll take that burden upon myself. I'll do that for you.
Yeah.
And I'll even write like enchanted on it, you know,
Nice.
so you'll know.
Take you up on that.
Everyone will know.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, it's so good to run into you here at the S'morcana
Yeah.
social mixer.
What are the odds?
Yeah, yeah.
so
It's
funny.
just such a crazy night. Pete! What's up, Pete? Oh,
S'morcana
Pete's an
Café.
old regular at the cafe. We're so happy to see him again on the release of Shimmering Skies.
Yeah, very exciting. There's a lot going on here today, Pete. What we've noticed so far is that if you rearrange the letters in meta, it spells meat.
Okay, yep, that's factual.
And we know that you are always up to date on the meta and how it's developing and how it's changing. So
Which card have you opened today that you think is the best meat?
The best meat. Ooh, I mean, the easy answer I think is Daisy, right? the
Oh,
one
yep.
for aggro, because a lot of people are very interested in doing aggro stuff. This is kind of the culmination of a lot of cards coming together to make aggro maybe a mainstay. There's other components to make Daisy stronger as well. But outside of that, maybe Naveen. I think people are kind of hot and cold on Naveen. I think he has some good potential, but I also think his potential in future sets is really cool as we get more 6-cost songs that he can really like combo off of. That's pretty exciting.
now, if Daisy is the best meat, how would you recommend cooking her in particular?
Oh my word. I guess over roasted fire with on a spit.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
Is that
That's
kind
classic,
of
yeah.
like a
Duck à l'orange?
yeah? That sounds pretty good. A little lemon sauce or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Fancy.
Okay, so there you have it. Daisy will taste the best
Yeah.
moving
Yeah,
forward, and is a
definitely.
pretty good card too.
Yeah, I guess. I
That
mean,
makes sense.
you know, that's an upside that she's also a good card as well as edible.
Yeah, we appreciate that. What's your best card you've opened today? What's your favorite that you've seen?
I really like all the different Robin Hoods. That's always been a card that I've really been excited about. But I did get an Enchanted. The Enchanted
Ooh.
Olaf.
Oh,
Fancy.
The little, in the background, the little snowman guys jumping are just like the cutest thing. All the Enchanteds, I think, for the set are gorgeous. So that's an exciting start to the set.
Yeah, the sky in particular looks really great behind Olaf. Like there's a lot of sky space that looks really,
Yeah.
really good. And in a set called Shimmering Skies, I think that is quite appropriate. I am excited about that, Paul. We watched that happen, and I was jealous and tried to trade you for it immediately.
Classic.
But I want to say they tried to trade me. Brett and Katie talked to themselves saying, oh, we'll just trade this Scar for Pete's Olaf without even I'm sitting across the table just watching it all happen. Going,
I wanted
oh,
to
okay.
make sure that Katie would do it before I made any offers.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. You got to get your ducks in a row
Making
before the
plans.
offer's out.
Get your little snowman in a row.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
You know?
What's your favorite color firework?
Color firework, probably purple. That's
Yeah.
one of my favorite colors, so I really like purple
Solid
anyway.
Yeah.
So.
purple firework. And it's
Yeah. Good
it's like a color that fire shouldn't be.
Right.
So that's cool.
Unique, yeah.
Yeah. So does that mean you're going to be playing some Amethyst this set?
Oh, I would love to. I mean, if everyone's going to be playing Daisy, Crab and Fox are pretty good ways to deal with Daisy.
Yeah, it turns
So-
out a 4-3 rush does pretty well against a 1-4 that's exerted on the board. Here
Yeah.
we go. Guess what, everybody? It's still a Fox meta.
Yeah.
It always is. It never won't be.
Well, Pete, we're going to have you on pretty soon to talk about the Shimmering Skies meta. That will be really exciting. You're always an insightful voice for that in the community. Pete, you've been making some efforts on Twitter lately. Tell us about that.
Sure. I do have a Twitter handle. It's at R2PF. So that's my handle and my initials.
And that's ARETOOPF.
Yep, that's correct. I've been trying to post more Lorcana content. This was basically after the Chicago event happened. So I've been trying to get out there. I did 5 decks I'm excited about this week leading up to the launch. There's some fun decks there. Some of them might be maybe competitive, maybe just a lot of fun. We'll see. And yeah, we have a little bit more content probably coming up too as well.
Yeah, and you wrote an excellent guide on Amber Emerald songs, Key to Under the Sea. And I had the pleasure of reading that a few times, and it was super insightful. Could you tell us about that a little bit?
Yes. So the Amber Emerald discard song control deck, as we're kind of calling it, is something I've been playing after Chicago a lot. It was a lot of fun. I helped work with a bunch of different community members who have been working on this list, like Pandemonium Heart and a whole bunch of others. We saw Zach Bivens, and then I believe his name was Jordan, brought it to Texas and did well with it. So that was exciting to see the list doing well. And there were a lot of people on a bunch of different Discord servers I've seen, or just asking in general locally, oh, how do I play this deck? What do I need to do? And I felt that I had a grasp on the list, some good insight, and a way to provide some help towards players who are trying to pick it up, because it's not the easiest list to pick up, but it's a lot of fun.
Super, super fun. And you were 3 for 3 on attempting to get Ursula's with that deck. So if you want some insight from one of the best players locally and one of the best players around at all who's playing this deck, make sure you check out that guide and follow Pete on Twitter.
Yeah, and if you're lucky, he might just make you some roast duck. Wow.
Thanks, Pete. We'll
Keep
see
on
you around the
quiet,
party.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you around.
Seth!
Oh, it's Golden Hand Seth over there. Seth, come here, come here. Oh, you gotta talk to the listeners, Seth. How's it going?
Not bad. How are you?
Not too bad. Now, Seth has pulled the most enchanteds out of anybody in the entire globe, we're fairly sure.
Yeah, Seth has the Midas touch, it's for sure.
I mean, and this is on a per pack rate. I'm sure there are some bulk openers out there who have cracked thousands and thousands of boxes,
Yeah.
but nobody has opened more enchanteds per pack
That's
than
true.
Seth.
That's
the
true.
thing. So how do you do it?
I don't know. I had one goal when I heard the rate was 1 per 100 packs. I'm like, I'm going to beat this. And then it's just gone that way. Funny story, though, when I started with a Lacana, even when there was limited availability with Chapter 1. And believe it or not, I actually didn't pull any of the first 3 boxes that I opened, starter decks, even the Trove. I didn't get any. It was actually into Chapter 2 when I pulled my very first enchant, which was Shirkan. Which is still not priciest, not the hardest enchant to get, but still has a special place in my heart. Was the first one I pulled. Then I end up pulling an Aurora from Chapter 1, and then it just kept going. It just spiraled out of control.
Yeah, you had that day not too long ago where you opened 2 in the span of like 4 packs, right?
So yeah, set championship at a local store. So I bought like 3 packs of Chapter 2 and or 3 packs of Chapter 3. And then the first pack I open, I pull an Alice enchanted. Then the next pack, it was from the other chapter. It was a Peter Pan.
Wow.
So it didn't even matter how well I did in that set. I think I finished 5th or I got knocked out. I didn't even get into the top 4, but I walked out of there with 2 enchantments. I was pretty happy.
Yeah, you won the day. And now, are you excited for Shimmering Skies?
Oh, it's amazing. Speak of enchant, they're probably the best looking enchanted so far.
Definitely.
They have definitely taken it to a whole new level. I cannot believe the artwork changes. And then even the legendaries are beautiful now, even the regular legendaries. So I'm glad to see their progression, the quality of the cards. And the artwork was always good. Now just how good these high-end cards, these enchanteds are, is just amazing.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. What's your favorite enchanted from Shimmering Skies? And do you have it already?
I don't have it already. I have pulled 3 already.
Out
Oh
of
my
4
goodness.
boxes.
Out of 4
you
boxes
pulled
and a
3
Trove.
enchanteds.
And a Trove.
Quite good.
It is quite good, but my favorite is probably Tantrum. Just that gold pile. I've seen somebody with a physical one at a store already. They had it shown a couple days ago, and that is just amazing how the gold reflects off of the artwork. That is probably one of my favorite ones. And then the other one was You're Welcome, which I just pulled today.
Naturally.
Yeah, you'll pull the next one tomorrow.
Yeah.
Later today.
We know it'll be coming to you.
Yeah.
So do you have any tips for our listeners at home? Do you have any tips for how to pull enchanteds?
Well, I'll say the first thing. You know, people always talk about the joke of, for a lot of Pokemon collectors, is you weigh the packs. Even I've never utilized that. The only thing I can is just, it just happens, you know, it's not the quantity. You just don't go buying like cases. I can tell you one example is there is definitely a better pull rate on number average. I think if you buy a case, if you're going to get 4 boxes, get a case because just how they're distributed. But I've seen if somebody already pulled from that box, say you bought up some packs and you know the person behind you just pulled an enchanted, most likely those set of packs at the store is probably not going to have them. So maybe buy a different chapter.
So really,
Right.
it's just about believing, really, at the end of the day. Isn't
Yeah.
it? You just have to believe really hard.
Mhm.
I mean, we have you crack the shrink wrap on our box.
And it did nothing.
Well, it doesn't. I don't think it works for other people.
That's
I think
the thing,
I think
right.
you just have to believe really hard.
We didn't believe enough.
No. No.
Well, somebody else that I saw today, Rob and Sam, my Blessed Air box, and they pulled their first Enchanted. So
Amazing.
Dang.
And he actually, the first pack that we opened after you pulled Your Welcome, we had you bless that pack. And we pulled a You're Welcome and a foil You're Welcome. so
I believe Your Welcome was playing in the background.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was on the TV here. So I think there's definitely some magic in those fingers, Seth. So try to keep that going. We love to see that.
Yes,
Are
please.
you looking forward to the fireworks display for Shimmering Skies?
I am.
It's going to be beautiful, right?
I think it's going to be beautiful. And just as beautiful as all those skies you see on these Enchanted cards. They're just amazing artwork. They definitely taken it up a level.
Yeah. Well, we'll see you out there for the big show.
Thanks
See
for
ya.
stopping by.
Look, it's the soccer moms. It's Jess and Tanya.
Oh, maybe we
gotta
can come over.
We have to get them on the pod.
No, do you think they will?
I think they will. Let's go.
You sure?
Hey,
Okay.
Jess and Tanya. Hey.
Oh, hey guys.
Hey.
How's it going?
Oh my God.
It's so good to see you.
I can't believe we're bumping into you here.
Yeah.
In real life. This is crazy.
We've been talking about you to our listeners so much and saying how wonderful it is to have you as a part of our community here. And so now we finally get to chat
Yeah.
on the air.
And we get to chat with soccer moms who are also prize winners.
Yeah.
That's right.
There was a little tournament here last night. And how did y'all do?
We got second and third.
Oh! And y'all have not been playing this game that long. You have not played TCGs before. And
No.
you are
Never.
already landing
Ranking.
prizes. Yeah. Coming in on the podium. How about that? How was that?
It was fun because it was a constructed deck. And so, we both made our own Snow White and the 7 blank
Something.
decks.
And what did you do?
From scratch. I did Snow White and the 7 Ducks.
Nice.
Yes.
And I played Snow White and the 7 goatees.
It's so great.
Perfect.
It's so wonderful to see, people coming in who haven't played a TCG before and then finding some success with it and having fun in the process. So it's been a great time getting to know you and to see you here every week.
It's been so fun. This is such an amazing community. And just being able to be a part of it is fantastic. Outside being a mom, working, and, it's just nice to have a hobby on the side.
And we've just felt so welcomed by this group. It's been wonderful.
That's awesome.
love it.
Now, have you cracked some Shimmering Skies packs today?
We have.
So many.
What are some highlights?
I just have one highlight, and I got an Enchanted Mufasa.
Yeah! Enchanted Mufasa.
You'll love to see it.
Those blues, right? Ooh, so pretty.
So pretty.
Yeah.
So pretty.
Some legendaries for each of you, I hope.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, nice. Is there a deck that you're looking forward to?
Emerald Steel for me. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I'm overwhelmed. I love them all.
Yeah, I'm the same way. There's too many good ones right now. And it's all going to change, There's so many good cards that are going to switch everything up, so it's exciting stuff.
If I have a question for you. Do you have a favorite Disney snack? And I know you will because I know that y'all are big Disney fans.
Yes.
And if so, what card represents your favorite Disney snack?
It could be from this set or from another one.
Yep.
Any card from Lurkana.
So for me, the card is Snow White. The new Enchanted is just so beautiful. It's my chaser card right now.
Uh-huh.
And we saw someone pull it first thing this morning. First pack they opened.
Archer.
Oh my goodness. I am so trying to get my hands on that card. And the snack would be the Snow White Dole Whip Cone.
Ooh, deep cut. Very good.
It's so good. It's a lemon Dole Whip. It's delicious. It has the little bluebird on it. Oh, love it.
That's so
That
cute.
sounds delicious. I want one
So
right
refreshing.
now. They must have one here at the Shimmering Skies party. There's got to be in the restaurant one of those. We'll track one
Yeah, they'll
down.
pull them
I'll
out
let you
later.
know if I find it for sure.
Okay.
Please do.
Jess, how about you?
I have a hard time choosing my favorite snack, but we went to Alani a couple years ago, and they have shave ice, and they have shave ice rainbow colored with ears, little Mickeys. And there is a new card, one of the Sugar Rush racers, who looks like the shave ice ice
Yeah,
cream. So
totally,
it's
totally.
fantastic.
Is that the shaved ice that has the milk in it that you talk about?
Yes, it has sweetened condensed milk on top of it.
Oh, so
Yeah.
this is from
Really
Alani.
Oh, you would love that.
Alani is the resort, the Disney resort in Hawaii,
Yes.
which is a destination that we'd like to make our
On
way
the
to at
bucket
some
list for
point.
sure,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. We'll get one of those shaved iced concoctions with the condensed milk.
You can also get it with soft serve ice cream underneath or not.
Oh, I would go for the soft
yeah.
serve, I
Oh,
think.
yeah,
right?
A little
You'd have to-
creamier, right? Oh, yeah.
Creamy crunchy.
Excellent.
So which racer?
Snow on a rainbow.
That's great.
It's perfect. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
it
you
totally fits. I mean, look at her head. Even looks like shaved ice.
Yeah, no,
She has a
that's
spoon
awesome.
in her hair.
I love her so much. I also love the name Snow on a Rainbow. Like, ugh, it's perfect.
Yeah.
God.
They did such a great job capturing the Sugar Rush races in the new set. I'm excited to try maybe a deck with all of them put together in the Sugar Rush Speedway and moving characters from location to location. That could be fun.
Yeah. As deep cut Disney fans, is there a character, maybe that you've opened today, maybe that you haven't opened today, that you would want to share a meal with? And what would you want to eat with them? Bonus question.
I mean, Vanellope Von Schweetz and, I don't know, ice cream? Anything?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Something
Ice cream
delicious.
with Vanellope
Yep.
sounds good.
Yep. Makes sense.
Vanellope voiced by New Hampshire native Sarah Silverman.
That's true.
That's right. I
She's the
forgot that.
best.
She is the best.
She is awesome.
I would probably say the boys Chippendale.
Ooh,
Oh.
yep.
Yep. They
Classic.
have the Garden Grill restaurant in Epcot. And that is perhaps one of the most delicious restaurants. Yeah. That we've, family style. And
You get to slowly spin while you eat too.
You do.
That's really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Chippendale in Lorcana when?
Exactly.
I
When?
know.
We got to get them out.
It's a real crime.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many options. You can do the Rescue Rangers. You can just do them on a tree. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll take anything at this point, won't we?
Yep.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for stopping by and
Thanks for
chatting.
having
I'm
us.
so
Yeah,
glad that we
thanks
got to introduce you to the world on the podcast after talking about you for so long.
That was
So-
great bumping
Goodness.
into you.
Yeah,
so
so
much
good to see
fun.
you
Enjoy the
here.
rest of your day.
You
Hey,
too.
you guys
And
too. Keep snacking.
enjoy the fireworks later.
Can't wait.
Thank you.
Hey, Michael, how's it going? Good to
Hey.
see you. Your hair looks great, may I
Thank
say.
you.
You look quite dapper here.
Amain.
Yeah. I'm so glad you made it.
Yeah, so am I. I had been getting my pre-orders at a different place, but I decided, come to the S'morcana location today. Got 2 boxes, ended up pulling a Clarabelle Enchanted, which I'm happy about.
Oh,
Yeah.
She
incredible.
looks amazing.
She is one pretty cow.
Mhm.
Jeez. Moo moo.
Now, Michael, I am a huge fan of your Disney movie video essays that you post on YouTube.
That is correct. I currently have 4 of them up right now. There's one on this history of the Disney animation, and then the first 3, Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs, Pinocchio, and Fantasia. I'm currently working on Dumbo, about halfway through with that, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a blast. You go into such depth, and it's not just kind of you don't just list facts, right? You offer insight and perspective into the themes of the films. And I think you really shed light upon how they relate to our contemporary times. It's really cool
Yeah.
to see these movies from, the 40s and 50s and how they relate to today. So I think they're really great. I highly recommend those. Where do people find those?
You can find them on YouTube. My username there is Wero the Great. That's WeroTheGreat. And you mentioned the whole not just listing facts things. That was kind of the inspiration for me to do those in the first place, is because I kept seeing these quote unquote video essays on YouTube that they're just like listing something off of Wikipedia, or you hear like the little smooth jazz, here's some like piano, lo-fi beats, and it's just them slowly ASMR talking about just something they clearly did not write themselves. And it's just, I immediately click off. I want someone who is actually interested and passionate about the subject. So like Lindsay Ellis is a big inspiration for me because I've loved her videos, but she only made like 4 or 5 of them about the Disney movies, whereas there's more than 60 of them, and I have thoughts about all of them. So that's what I've been doing.
That's incredible.
Yeah, I can't wait for the Dumbo one. And I've yet to watch the Fantasia one. That released pretty recently. So I'm
Yes, it did.
really excited for that. We were on the road when it dropped.
Yeah.
So
And when Brett was watching the Snow White one, I think it was, I heard it from the other room, and it sounded so good that I was like, "What are you watching?" Like I thought it was like a documentary on Disney Plus. So it's really great. I highly recommend checking it out. On that same topic, where do you see Shimmering Skies landing in the vast history of the Walt Disney Company?
Well, I mean, like we can talk about Lorcana more broadly.
Sure.
And how I think Lorcana has been a raging success for both Ravensburger and Disney. As we see, we have so many people here today. We have these sold out, not just set championships, but the Disney Lorcana challenges. You hear like there's so many people there, and there's just so much
Sure,
interest
yeah.
in this. And I think this is going to go for years. I enjoy playing it. For Shimmering Skies in specific, it does seem like there's a few key cards that are going to shake up the meta. Like we see Heat Games Referee is going to be in every Steel deck. We see new archetypes. We see these single character archetypes. Previously, we had seen Magic Brooms that finally got their heyday with their Soldiers of Turn. Still not quite a competitive deck, but they're trying. But here we've got two. We've got the Robin Hoods and we've got the Queens. And I kind of want to make both of those decks. They seem like a lot of fun.
Yeah, you are experiencing some early success with an all queen deck, basically, right? Or many queen deck.
You say early success. I've been testing it out online. Ever since Pixelborn was taken down, people have been putting up their own little things that are usually against an AI. So it's just against an algorithm. At least in that case, it plays well. And in optimal conditions, you're getting a lot of lore. It's basically an aggro deck because with that Shift Fairest of All, she gets an extra lore pip for every other queen on the field. You don't really want to shift her out turn 3. You want to wait a little bit. But since the 2-drop Cruelest of All and the 4-drop Crown of the Council both have Ward, they're going to stick around because there aren't really board wipes that early unless you're against like a Steel Song player who can sing Grabby Sword. So you can get a lot of lore. The Queen Sensor Core is giving you lore. It's just every little bit fits together. It seems really cool.
Yeah, that sounds
I love
wicked
that.
fun. Definitely want to give that a shot. We opened a few of those queens, so
We did,
we're on our way. Yeah.
It's going to be a blast.
Are there any other cards from the set that you're particularly excited for?
There are 2. They are both legendaries. The first one that really caught my eye was Clarabelle Light on Her Hooves. Originally, it was either French or Italian, and so I really wanted her subtitle to be Hoofin' It, because I thought that would have been a great pun. But Light on Her Hooves is still fun, but she is a ridiculous amount of card draw. It's great seeing Emerald get these card draw twos that let it really step up to where Amethyst has been the past 4 sets. The other one kind of snuck up on me. When it was first revealed, I kind of dismissed it. It seemed like too much of a drawback when played, but Mufasa, again, testing out against an AI on an algorithm, it seems cracked. Because if you're playing it in a Sapphire deck, you can ramp, you can get this 8-drop out on turn 5, which means if you're playing against on the Ruby deck, they have no way to deal with that. Because no one's running Dragonfire anymore. It's too early for Be Prepared. And as long as you have anything else on the board, you're not going to die to be King Undisputed or Lady Tremaine. So you're very likely going to get to Quest. So if you drop a Lucky Dime, that's 8 lore right there. He seems insane.
Yeah.
And I think the meta is going to revolve around him probably equally as much as it's probably going to revolve around Daisy Duck Doll State.
You have those two kind of opposite ends of the spectrum, right? You've got this super, super fast card in Daisy, and then you have this incredible late game bomb in Mufasa, and those are kind of the two opposite ends of the spectrum. Really interesting to see where the meta kind of falls and how those push and pull against each other.
We haven't really seen aggro in those top tier meta lists. We haven't really seen it at set champs. There was one Amber Amethyst that took an early DLC, but that was a weird Mufasa Fairy Godmother deck.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see if Daisy actually brings aggro into the meta.
Awesome. Are you going to enjoy the fireworks display later for Shimmering Skies?
Oh, I'm sure. I'm very curious to see what's going on with the Illuminary. We've got all these villains doing different things. We have Jafar's going after the crown. Magicka's going after the trident. Hades is doing something.
It's a wild time in
The Queen and her doppelgangers. Who's going to be the next villain? It could be anyone. It could be Maleficent. What's going on?
We'll
Awesome.
see.
Can't wait.
It's an exciting time. Well, thank you so much for stopping by and chatting with us about
Thank you
the new
for having
set.
me.
Yeah.
Keep enjoying your meals out there.
We'll see you around the mixer.
Indeed.
It's Superfan Jimmy.
Oh my God,
Jimmy! Oh my
Hello.
goodness. Our first ever podcast listener.
the one who believed all along.
He has
All
been
along.
here
Here
from
he
day
is.
one. I'm so glad.
Day 0, really.
Yeah,
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. The first hour of the
Inception.
podcast.
Yep.
I think you're the first person who wasn't us to listen to
Held
it.
this baby podcast in my arms, gazed lovingly into its eyes.
And we appreciate you for that very, very much. I
do.
think you've probably been mentioned in more than half of our episodes. We're like,
Yeah.
Superfan Jimmy, Superfan Jimmy.
Yep.
Yeah.
There he
And
is.
here you
the
are.
ego boost I want on my drives home from work. It's great.
Do you just listen thinking ooh, I wonder if I'll make it this
Ooh,
week?
just hunched forward in my car. Ooh.
Getting into accidents on the highway.
Well,
yeah.
thanks for making the time. We know harvest is busy for you.
Ah, yes, quite.
with all the corn.
Once the leaves change, it's corn season.
Yep. So, on that note, is there a card from Shimmering Skies that you would most want to eat?
Oh, goodness. Well, with all of the Wreck-It Ralph,
candy themed racing cards. This is like the sweet tooth set, I think. But I feel like you can't go wrong with pie slinging Donald. I'm a big pie fan.
You just want him to sling a pie right in your face.
Directly at me.
What kind of pie do you think that is that he's slinging?
I like to think it's strawberry rhubarb. You know, that's like a ruby-ish pie, I think. Could be cherry as well, another good ruby pie.
Gooseberry, perhaps?
Oh, I'd be fine with any of those.
Any combination of berries would be great. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
What's your favorite card you've opened today?
Well, I've been lucky enough. I'm partway through my second box, and I've opened 3 of the legendary Emerald Annas.
Ooh.
And she looks like she'd be very good in one of my favorite decks that I started playing early in set 3, Emerald Amethyst. She seems like she'd be fun to bounce with the Mims.
Bounce her. And she plays that nice flexible row that deck likes to play, where you're already discarding some cards with the merfolk, so maybe it's some extra discard, maybe some extra strength bumps here and there to make good trades with your foxes and whatever. She's going to be good in that list.
I found in set 3 that the Emerald Amethyst deck felt very toolboxy as well.
Excuse me, Mr. Superfan. Can I have your autograph, please?
This happens sometimes. All the time. Of course.
Oh, thank
of
you.
course.
Thank you so
Now,
much.
there is a line. I don't know if you noticed. It's back over there. But yes,
Thank you.
I'll get to you
I'll be right away.
momentarily.
Jimmy's Superfan Jimmy's harem goes everywhere he goes.
Can't shake him.
It's because he does grow the finest corn. So
Yeah.
Now, Superfan Jimmy, what is going to be the first deck that you built in Shimmering Skies?
Oh, goodness. I think the first deck I will build will be, because I've been lucky enough to open a couple of foil 7 Dwarf Knights and one of the Snow White super rares. So I think with that and the Mine, the 7 Dwarfs Mine, which I just actually played a sealed game, that was probably my MVP card.
Wow.
And I think I need to, in future, say hi-ho whenever I move a character over there to do a damage. I think that's necessary for future
just
games.
one small correction. I think you need to sing hi-ho.
Oh, of course. Of course. I need to sing at the top of my lungs. Hi-ho.
And of course, the expectation should be that everyone around you will echo your hi-ho.
Yes. I will look around expectantly, waiting for the answering call.
Like you're in a mine.
Now, what did you call your Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs deck in the second and third sets? Because I know you had a special name for it.
Yes. That was the 7 Dwarves Bed and Breakfast deck. Because it had popsicles. You know, that's what I would want to wake up to.
Of
you
course.
know, a night away somewhere, maybe like upstate New Hampshire. There's mountains, scenic views. I wake up. There's like a basket full of popsicles at the foot of my bed that wasn't there when I went to sleep.
Hand delivered by Nick Wilde, I should
Exactly.
think.
The Nick Wilde.
Yes.
Yeah, 7 dwarfs and the
And
bed
you had
breakfast.
4 dozen eggs in there.
4 dozen eggs.
Of course.
Exactly. Exactly 4 dozen eggs.
Yeah. Now this is the kind of deck building snack crossover content that we're always seeking. So just hearing that somebody out there is really taking these snack themed decks seriously, I mean that brings a tear to my eye.
Yeah, no, this is perfect. This is a home run.
Superfan Jimmy, we're definitely going to have you on the pod again, invite you back to the rest of home, because we have a lot to discuss come harvest season. So be on the lookout for Superfan Jimmy in the future.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness, Diversion's royalty is in the house. Oh
Thank
my
God,
goodness.
I'm so nervous.
It's Queen Laura and King Rob.
I feel like we don't have the right cutlery for
I
this.
know. This is getting
God.
fancy real fast.
Wow.
Here we are. I mean, there must be celebrating the launch of Shimmering Skies. Rob and Laura, can we talk to you for a second? Is that okay?
Sure.
I'm very busy.
Oh no, our fears.
Of course.
Oh, good. Yay. This is great. Well, welcome to the podcast. We, of course, sing Diversion's praises quite often, and y'all are responsible for a lot of that. And so
the immaculate vibe that we talk about.
Yeah, we
is a credit
always
to you both.
talk about the vibes, and it's because of you. The cleanest, brightest, and best game store for our money in the state of New Hampshire.
Unmatched. Even outside of the state of New Hampshire, it's unmatched.
Thanks, guys.
I'm blushing.
We can see it. So, what was the planning process for such a big release day? Did you have to position all these fireworks yourself? Are you in charge of that? Did you hire a
No, we
company to
hire
do it?
people to do that.
Okay, that's good. That seems to be best.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's a special skill. We wouldn't want anybody to get hurt
Yeah,
with the
I would definitely break my hand or
light it on
myself
fire.
She puts me on the ladder.
yeah, I do. That's true. Yeah, he had to hang the banners.
Yeah, the
today.
banners
That's
are
true.
looking great. We have some special new banners for release day, and they are looking quite good.
Yeah. Put a picture on our Instagram of them too.
Yeah.
They look fabulous.
I'm excited for the fireworks display later. So, yeah, thanks for planning such
Yeah,
a
it's
huge
appreciated.
release. Is it
Same.
difficult being, running a game store? Is it difficult with a release coming up? Is it a lot of extra work?
Yes, sometimes, especially with a game like this, there's a lot of logistics behind the scenes. There's a lot of chasing down shipments, and it's gotten a little bit better, but it's been a struggle to keep up with the normal workload and trying to manage just all of the little extras that you have to do, and the pre-orders and bagging everybody's orders up and getting events set up and the prizing set up and all that stuff.
Yeah. To be running events while all of that extra logistical stuff is happening, like events add that extra layer of difficulty. We have all these schedules to coordinate and all of the game-related specific things that you have to do, like managing the melee and all of that. It seems like it would be a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, but I enjoy the game, so for me it's fun. I'm excited to participate in the events myself, and I know how much everyone here really appreciates them and enjoys them, and so it's a lot of work, but it's really worth it to see everybody kind of here and having fun and the vibes.
Yeah.
Vibes, the immaculate vibes.
How do you cultivate that? How do you work towards making an environment like that?
Well, because we love to play the game and we love Disney itself, and also snacks. I mean, Katie, you bring them to all the events, and we definitely
So do
partake in
you.
those. But following the game on a personal level and being like at home and, seeing spoilers and seeing release dates and seeing just people getting generally excited. Like we have group chats and we have Discord and just seeing that excitement bubble on a personal level helps us plan that stuff and get excited about the events too. So it kind of is twofold, where it's not as much work as maybe someone who's just in it for planning an event, because we're actually going to, like today, we're participating. So this is for us as much as it is for everybody else.
Now, Rob, you are responsible for a lot of the fun formats that we've enjoyed here at Diversions, like the Princess and the Pauper format was a great success. So how do you come up with those, and how are you going to incorporate potentially fireworks into the Shimmering Skies format?
Live fireworks, yeah.
Honestly, the first thing I do is I go to Wiki and I look up Disney movies, and that's where the Prince and the Pauper came from. It was, wait a minute, there's a Mickey movie that's based on Pauper, which is, an old Magic format where you just play uncommons and common cards. So that was super easy. This time, just last night, we did Snow White and the Seven Blanks, which again, went down the list of the movie and found something that we could play with. So we had Snow White last night, was a mandatory card in our deck. As long as you had 7 other things that matched, we went with that. So I had the 7 steeds. We had the 7 seas last night. We had the 7 goatees last night. So it was
With
just
Ray and his little hair, three little chin
it's
hairs.
just fun. It's a palate cleanser, really. Like, we've put so much effort into playing the set and the set championships, and everybody is just on the reps to get your decks finalized. And then we have like 2 or 3 weeks before the next set where, what are we going to do, guys, like to keep the excitement going and the energy going? So yeah, just find something fun, something that is relatable, we don't have to spend any extra money to do it. It's just fun.
I also really like the style of events that kind of you've thought of, because the more competitive scene can feel sometimes very similar. A lot of people are playing very similar decks. There's a lot of cards that don't see play, and maybe not, they're not good cards, but they're fun cards.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cool to be like, wow, there's like a lot of horses, and nobody's gonna play these horses,
Right.
really.
Yeah.
But they're kind of fun cards.
Yeah,
and it's
totally.
really cool to see them out and to see play.
Nice.
So we'll see what happens next time.
We'll find something fun.
I think
He's
every
got
single
ideas.
time you get a lure, you shoot off a firework. It's the only thing that makes any sense, right?
Playing a big field. That
come
makes
on,
sense.
we just went over how to track your lure, and I think that's a great thematic way
Claps,
to
fireworks, same thing.
do it. Yeah,
same
yeah,
thing.
absolutely. Now, did you open anything special today? Did
yeah,
you?
what are some highlights?
So we have a long-standing streak of not opening Enchanteds. Last set, I think we opened 7 boxes before we even saw one, and it was just a location.
Ugh.
Yikes.
Today, a bunch of us took the day off, got out of work early, called out of work, just so we could sit and open boxes today, and it seemed like everyone around us was doing that over and over. And then finally, boxes are done, troves are opened. We just did a little sealed, 4 of us, fun in the corner, and had to run and buy 6 more packs. And in that, I pulled an Enchanted Scar.
Woo! Nice.
That's our
I wasn't
first.
here for it. I was kind of bummed, but I'm very happy to see it.
That was our first opening day Enchanted that we've pulled. So,
Nice.
We also pulled a full play set of Donald's Duck Pie Slinger,
Oh,
yeah.
and 2 of those were foils. They're so pretty. I know, we're really
I
excited
think we
about
might
that.
know a couple people that want those.
Ooh, yeah, we haven't opened any. We want that.
none.
He might be like the new podcast mascot now that
He
there's no
is.
Marshmallow this set.
Yeah, it's real.
so-
It's happened.
Well, awesome. It was so great getting to chat with royalty. We appreciate the time that was given to us
Yes.
so generously, and we hope to see you at the old fireworks display
We'll
later.
certainly see you out there.
Can't wait.
Yeah, we're going to head over to the fondue table now, so we'll catch you guys later.
Yeah.
Wow, it's been so nice seeing so many of our friends here at the S'morcana restaurant, and it's great for the listeners too that they get to put voices to names. So many people that we've been talking about they get to hear from. That's been wonderful. Good thing we had our podcasting equipment with us.
Oh, good thing we bring it wherever we go. It was such a blast to bump into everybody here tonight.
Everybody seems to just be having the best time.
It is time for the fireworks display. Come outside now.
Oh, all right. We'll go on to the balcony and watch some fireworks, huh?
Wow.
All right, here we go.
Wow, this is stunning.
Oh, beautiful fireworks.
It's
Pops
so-
of light.
Yeah, amazing. And I can see the reflection of all the fireworks on this beautiful, still Mickey-shaped lake out here. Gorgeous.
Wow, they're shining and shimmering like so many pieces of news glowing on the horizon, portents of the future.
Like so many D23s.
Oh, look. I think those fireworks are in the shape of a D and a 2 and a 3.
It's a sign. There was a lot of hot news dropped this weekend, folks.
Yeah, we had to go over this. We had to talk about this because this really feels like an inflection point in the history of Lorcana. It feels like a momentous occasion. I've never been so excited for the future of the game.
Yeah, so D23 is a big convention almost always held at the Anaheim Convention Center, right outside of Disneyland. Actually, when we were just in Disneyland, we drove by it.
Yeah, and they were putting up some of the banners for D23 when we were there, getting prepped for it.
So they drop all kinds of Disney news nuggets all weekend long at D23. It's so cool. We've never been, but it's on our bucket list to go someday for sure.
Yeah, so we spent all of Friday at Diversions, and then we were driving home, and I feel like over the course of driving home, all of this Lorcana news dropped, and every single bit of it was incredible. Now, not to toot our own horns here, but we predicted so much of this.
Toot toot!
I mean, stick with us, not for maybe our Lorcana knowledge or our snackumen, but our Nostradamus-like foresight into the world of Lorcana. Because way back in episode 3,
Ooh!
we talked about how we wanted to see Lorcana incorporated into the Disney parks.
Yes.
And so much of that is coming to fruition.
I mean, we called it.
Yeah, we said we wanted Worlds at Disney World, and bam, the World Championships for Lorcana will be at Disney World.
It just makes so much sense.
They have all of the infrastructure there. They have all of the magic there, the support of the cast members. It just makes so much sense. It is the place to host the World Championships. And then, of course, European Championships are going to be at Disneyland Paris.
Yep.
Perfect. And the North American Championships are going to be in Disneyland, California.
It's so encouraging to see them making these decisions that are just smart and good and fun all together.
Yeah. We said we wanted to see them advertise in the parks. They've started doing that. We said we want to see them start selling the cards in the parks. They've done that. They also announced something called Disney Lorcana Quest, which are going to be fan events that are not as competitive as the challenges. They're going to be cooperative. There's going to be family-based activities. There are going to be character signature scavenger hunts, which is something that we very specifically said we wanted to see in episode 3. That is 03.0, episode 3.
Yes, it's that Lorcana exposure that we've been hoping for. It's the crossover we've been hoping for. I mean, the only thing they didn't say was that they were going to have s'mores in the parks with Lorcana, but
it's probably going to happen.
Yeah, right. They might just not be telling us yet.
Yeah, right. They're keeping that under wraps because that'll really blow the roof off.
Yeah.
But they're going to be these cool scavenger hunts where you get a vanilla version of a card with a blank text box. So like, for instance, they'll have Mickey Friendly Face, which is that amber 3-cost 3/3 from the first chapter with a blank text box. And then you can bring that card to Mickey Mouse, the mouse himself, get that signed as part of this scavenger hunt. That sounds like so much fun. I think that's great for folks of all ages. Like, I'm imagining bringing our little niece and nephew to see Mickey Mouse and like get their Lorcana card signed. That's so cool. That's cool for us. It's cool for kids. It's cool for families. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be a blast. They also revealed a bunch of IP that they're bringing to the cards.
Ooh, all right.
Holy cow.
Folks, our first ever dream cards created on Valentine's Day were Wally and Eve. We wanted to celebrate our relationship and some of our favorite Disney characters. And so now we can look forward to Pixar finally joining the Lorcana ranks.
It's about dang time.
Now we are going to have to wait like 1.5 to 2 years, but
that's okay. At least we know it's coming, right? There's definitely was a little bit of a nugget in my brain of maybe they'll never do it. Maybe they're just going to go for strictly like hand-drawn kind of jazz here. But the possibilities are endless with Pixar. It's going to be so much fun. We've made so many Pixar dream cards.
We've done The Incredibles, Mr. and Mrs. Incredible in the past. And we've often talked about how we thought that this was coming down the pipe because of the presence of Pixar in Villainous, that other Ravensburger Disney game. So yeah, we said that this was coming, and sure enough, here it is. Very, very exciting. And you can, of course, credit us for this, for influencing Ravensburger with our brainwaves.
Yeah, our telekinesis really came in handy here.
Yeah, to make this happen for you. So you're all very welcome. And then, of course, I do want to mention our second episode dream cards, which were Chip and Dale.
Yes.
And now Chip and Dale, the Rescue Rangers, are coming to Lorcana.
Yes.
Here we go.
Ah! I think that this has come up more in conversation with listeners than anything else, that Chip and Dale need to be
Yeah,
cards.
We pretty much just walked straight into a game store and we're like, hey, everybody, Chip and Dale and Lorcana, when?
Yeah, and everyone goes, yeah!
So we made this one happen too. You're all very welcome. I'm pretty sure that there's a video of me, actually, I know for a fact there's a video of me running around the house in my underwear at age 3 or 4 or something, screaming the Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers theme song.
Thank goodness for that. We'll be posting that shortly,
No,
don't
let's
worry.
not do that. And then, my first ever comic book was Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. I remember it very clearly. I mean, it was this white cover, and then in the center of the cover was this really colorful cluster of Chip and Dale and, all the characters in a little conglomerate. And so I've long loved Chip and Dale, and I'm really glad they're finally going to be making their way into Lorcana.
It's so exciting. I think that I might be most excited for Pocahontas.
Yeah, I mean, that's the IP that you've probably wanted more than any other one, right?
Yeah, I love Pocahontas. It's one of my favorite Disney movies.
Yeah, and Pocahontas is also responsible for our most popular dream card design, your Miko.
Yes, Miko, who may be popular for bad reasons instead of good reasons, but still popular nonetheless.
Yeah, it might be more about the controversy that you stirred up by making a Bucky replacement.
He's back. He's back.
Yeah.
So maybe that'll happen. Maybe they'll make a Miko card.
Love Pocahontas.
I do. I love this movie so much. The music is beautiful. The art style is beautiful. Is the story of Pocahontas a little bit out of date? Not really that accurate to what actually historically happened? Yeah. But the movie overall has the strong message that, you shouldn't be racist and everyone should be kind to each other, and the colonists were wrong to take over this land that wasn't theirs. Like, that is the message that definitely still comes through in Pocahontas. So if you haven't watched it in a while, I highly recommend.
Yeah, you're not going to Pocahontas for, a treatise on relations between colonists and Native Americans and the mistreatment of Native Americans. You're going for, a human story and beautiful, beautiful animation, incredible music, great characters. So for what it is, it's an amazing film. It's just that maybe today some of it would have been treated a little bit differently and more sensitively, but that doesn't detract from some of the incredible talent that went into making that movie.
Yeah, a great movie. I highly recommend a rewatch. If you haven't seen it since you were 4, give it a look. Colors of the Wind. I mean, that card's going to be crazy. I can see it now.
We tried to make a Colors of the Wind. That was one of our dream cards in the past as
Yeah.
well. So basically, if you're listening to the pod, I think you can pretty much assume that if we make a dream card, there's going to be a version of that card in Lorcana in the future, which means that
Miko.
if you extrapolate, yes, there will be a Miko, but there will also be Nightmare Before Christmas someday.
Ooh, I bet.
Calling
that can't be far
that's
off.
our next prediction.
Yeah, next year at D23, they'll say that.
Overall, the future of the game has never looked brighter, I think. You look out at this beautiful horizon of fireworks of news, and I don't know how you can't be swept up in the joy of it. Ooh, I'm exhausted.
Oh my goodness.
What a party.
Wow. It's been the best 3 days of Lorcana we've ever had.
And why not cap it off with one more burst of fireworks, huh?
Ooh, look at this beautiful dream card you've cooked up for us this week. Tell us what we're looking at here.
We're looking at Shining, Shimmering, Splendid, which is an amethyst song.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
We've got Aladdin and Jasmine cuddling up with some fireworks exploding over their heads. It's really cute. Shining, Shimmering, Splendid is a 5-cost uninkable song.
Okay.
Of course, a character with cost 5 or more can exert to sing it for free. And then there are 5 abilities. This wall of text says, choose one. Remove 2 damage from up to 5 chosen characters, or return chosen character to their player's hand, or banish chosen character with 2 strength or less, or chosen character gets -4 strength this turn, or deal 3 damage to chosen character. So 5 different options.
Woo, that's exciting.
You might have deduced this, but these 5 abilities correspond with the other 5 ink colors besides amethyst.
Yeah, beautiful, like the many colors of the fireworks.
Yeah, so you've got the amber firework, which is a nice blanket heal for your characters. You've got the emerald firework, which is kind of like a mother knows best and bounces the character. The ruby is kind of like brawl, removing a character with 2 strength or less, right? Then you've got the sapphire strength reduction, kind of like seldom all they seem, and a smash effect from steel.
I love this card. I love all the options that it gives you. I would love to put this in a bunch of amethyst decks, especially ones with singers.
Yeah, totally, right? It would go pretty well with Amber if you could have some of those singer 5s, maybe Naveen.
Yep.
Maybe Robin Hood in Ruby could sing this.
Oh, that would be a blast.
Of course, all of these effects in their individual colors would cost about 3, but here they cost 5 and the card is uninkable. So you pay that premium for each of these effects individually, but you get so much flexibility, right? It's never a dead card with all of those different abilities.
Yeah, this is incredible. Well done. Well cooked.
Thanks.
All right, what do we have next on the menu, Brett?
Well, Catherine, next week we're going to revisit a topic, which is something we really haven't done too much on the pod. It's going to be our pronunciation guide part 2, way back when we had an episode called The Magic Dactyl where we talked about how to pronounce character names, and a lot of new hard to pronounce character names have come out since then, so we're going to investigate that.
Yes, it's difficult sometimes if you haven't seen these movies in a while to know these sometimes very minor characters that are on these cards. For example, Rudy from Emperor's New Groove. If you haven't seen that since you were like 8, you might not remember that he's the guy that gets thrown out of the roof at the beginning of the movie. His name is luckily easy to pronounce, but there are a lot like that, right? There's Tipo and Chaka, and there's all kinds of things.
I mean, luckily we watched that movie last week, I think, so...
Yes.
And of course, that's true no matter when you listen to this podcast.
Yes, we will have always watched Emperor's New Groove in the last week. We'll probably watch it today.
We exist in a perpetual state of having watched Emperor's New Groove.
And isn't that the best way to exist? So we'll talk about pronunciations. We will talk about some early decks we've made. We've only had time to make one new deck.
Yeah, we've updated the Amber Sapphire Princess list with some of those cool new synergistic cards like the Queen Sensor Core and Admiral Underpants Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah, it's going to be a blast. So we'll report on that. I'm sure we'll be making some more decks. Brett's still going to be training for Toronto competition.
Yeah, we'll give a little bit of an update on how that's all going. And it's going to be a whole lot of fun. Good luck on all of your Shimmering Skies polls. Have fun. Remember that the beginning of an expansion is always exciting. Explore for yourselves. Try to find new combos. Don't feel like you have to hop on and net deck whatever. This is the time for the most experimentation, so enjoy it.
As always, if you enjoyed this episode, you can follow us on Twitter,
At S'morcana,
on Instagram,
at S'morcana,
on Facebook,
at S'morcana,
or on Gmail.
at S'morcana@gmail.com. And remember to follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Leave reviews. That always really, really helps. And until next time, keep on snacking, y'all.
Nom, 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 nom.